All right, what's going on, everybody? We are back out here in the garage once again, kind of like usual, or at least it feels like it sometimes. We got the car all torn apart, and I think it's time to get back on the road with this one, since the last time we had it out was at the track, and we lost a fuel pump. So let's go over what we're doing to make things better for next time. All right, so as you can see, this thing's kind of all blown up, tore apart and whatnot. So I'll just go over a couple things that I've been doing here. So first things first, fuel pump was having issues. Went ahead and removed the factory tank. Obviously you can see the condition of the factory tank was not great. This was the pump we had in it. This is a Walbro 525, or I guess a TI Automotive. This is a Hellcat pump, one single Hellcat pump. I can pretty confidently say we made at least 700 wheel horsepower on my setup with it. And honestly, it worked great. I was using stock fuel lines, which I just pulled out. Well, stock hard lines from the, yeah, there you go. I still have that in there. I got to remove that. I pulled the return already, but I was using a stock factory feed and return from the firewall. And then I had 6AN in the engine bay. I would say 700 is pushing it. I have a pretty good injector, and among other things, we have ID 1700 XDSs in there. And yeah, so we were able to do that. I mean, I never got it on the dyno, but 30 pounds of boost on a 6466 K20 with, ported head and cams. You tell me, you tell me if that was over 700 or not on a single Hellcat pump in the factory tank. Anyways, not mad about what that did, but yeah, we were having issues with it. Back when we were making that power, brand new R888s on the street in fourth gear, and it was wanting to spin the tires, so. We were making a good bit of power, so I've kind of had it turned down since then for the most part, just because there's no sense in making extra horsepower. I just went ahead and fired up the parts cannon. Shout out to Kalen, Mr. Jan Raceworks. He went ahead and hooked me up on the Weldon pump. So this is a 2345A. This is a beast of a pump. We made it over 1,000 horsepower in his car with it. And I think it should have no problem doing anything we need it to do in my car for a while. And then I have got a 10-gallon aluminum fuel cell. This is from good old Amazon.com. Evil Energy. Yeah, they might as well sponsor me at this point because I've been using their stuff for a while. This is not sponsored, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of people have their gripes about using cheap fuel lines and stuff. I have not had issues. It's hard to guarantee anything for anyone, but if you're trying to do it on a budget and you don't mind taking a little bit of a risk, so far I haven't had issues. I'll let you guys know, obviously, if we do when we're putting stuff together. But I'd like to get to the other thing we did. So for a while now, I've had these FCS Race rear trailing arms on my car for a little bit now. Not hooked up. Now, thankfully, I've got some brake lines going on here, some Hush Performance brake line kit and staging brake. I didn't really film any of this installation, but to be honest with you guys, it was a little boring, but I made a bracket because, my shifter setup is a little custom. So I made a bracket, which I'm not gonna, get super up close and personal with, but I made a bracket and, we got a staging brake. It's got a little flex. I'm not going to lie to you guys, So I've got basically a week to get the car back up and running at least for 1320 videos, Hot Summer Nights show. We're going to be probably putting the car in the show. And let's get to work on putting this fuel system together. I'm going to try to film what I can and update you guys when I can't. All right, guys, so it's been a little bit of time here. I've got these lines here. I just rinsed these out. It's always a good idea to rinse these out or blow them out before you put them on if you've just made them. So I'll show you where we're at right now. Got the fuel cell sort of mounted up. I'm gonna finalize that once the lines are done. Got two 10 lines coming down from the fuel cell, going down to 200 micron filters. Those lines are gonna go right after the filters into a double 10 to 12 adapter for the pump. You can see a little bracket I made for the pump and welded it on really terribly. It's not all the way bolted yet, but it's just hanging there right now. And then we got our 10AN coming out, heading up the exhaust tunnel towards the front of the car. Got the filter in line there, and then from the filter up into the rail, still 10AN into the rail, 10 out of the rail and into the regulator. So we got 10 into the regulator, 8 coming out of the regulator, and then into the Motion Raceworks bracket with the flex fuel sensor. 8 returns straight from there all the way back here. The line's just hanging out here, but it goes up through that hole right there, up onto that fitting on the tank there. Basically now I'm just at the point of rinsing all these lines out and starting to finalize the mounting for everything. I gotta hang the lines up, use some of these P-clips and whatever else, zip ties, you know, all the professional stuff for mounting. And then we'll basically have a fuel system done. It's been honestly quite a lot of work to get this to where it's at, but I'm making do. We're making a lot of progress. I know I haven't filmed a whole ton. It's really not anything super interesting. Just a lot of measuring, cutting, you know, making fittings and stuff like that. And then got to do some cutting and drilling here to mount this up all the way, because I'm gonna have some spacers and then bolt it right on the floor there. All right, guys, so we'll see what this video turns into. Sorry in advance for my voice being a little funny. I actually totally lost it yesterday and the day before, so that's why I didn't do a whole lot of filming. We got the car up and running. We got it all done, so let's go over how I finished out the fuel system, and then we'll go from there. So, in the back here, we got the cell mounted up. You got the lines going under and the return going up there. Underneath here, I've got the 2 fuel filters to the pump. As you guys have all seen before, really nothing changed. I just kind of zip tied everything up out of the way. We go up to the filter up here, 10AN into the rail and 10AN out of the rail into the regulator, and 8AN from the regulator into the motion flex fuel sensor deal, and then out of that back to the tank. It's a pretty simple setup. I'm honestly really happy about how quiet the pump is. I'll just go ahead and open it up and hit the key real quick. So it's really not that loud. I know it sounds loud. Realistically, it's actually not that bad. Once it's running, you can't even really hear it all that much, so. Yep, she's up and running. So anyways, we're gonna go take the car out. I'm gonna go put some ethanol in it, because right now it's just on straight pump gas, 91. So I'm gonna go put some ethanol in it. We're gonna go cruise it on the slicks and maybe get up to some shenanigans. I don't know. We'll see, but I gotta go put ethanol in it, and I don't really feel like swapping the tires, and I kind of want to see how the slicks work, so we will give it a shot. Alright guys, we are at just a little dig spot here. I'm just gonna make one quick hit and get out of here. Don't want to be having no cops called or anything like that. And pull this log real quick, see how she did. Well, anyways, the log looked good. We just let out real early. To be like, whoa, whoa, holy shit, way faster than my Mustang. Well, here, let me set up the camera. We're gonna take Jeffrey for a ride. I need to get some reactions. We need to make some of that reaction content.
Steam reaction.
Yeah. This is one of those cars that you're supposed to use the parachute to stop it, but,
but we don't have
parachute is somewhere else in my opinion. Now we're not gonna be going crazy because I don't want to crash or blow it up.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know which one's gonna happen first. But.
Yep.
Oh, well, that was kind of crazy.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. It felt. I mean, it might be because it's a tiny ass car and it is fast, but it felt way faster than Jake's WRX.
Oh, when you rode in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% is.
That was a.
Jake's car was fast. Don't get me wrong, but this thing is.
That was a solid
faster.
pull.
Yeah.
That was a solid fucking pull.